All right. Oh, you lucky, lucky people today. As I say, I'm kind of sick as a dog. I've got the horrible allergies or whatever they are, whatever I've got. Yeah, just just this crazy cough that is kicking my butt. But I'm here. I'm here because, damn it, I haven't streamed for so freaking long. I missed this. I miss it. I was supposed to be on YouTube. Didn't have time to figure it out. I actually I was thinking about canceling because I'm so low energy. It's like ridiculous. This is the least McKay you were gonna see me. Well, more like McKay dying, basically. I think is yeah. It's like I've got a parasite in my brain, and that's where I'm operating from today. I want to try something today. Actually, I was gonna do this on YouTube, but I'll do this here instead. I thought I might just read. I might just read. Bye everyone. You enjoy. I'll be reading. So, oh great, people enjoy watching me die, so they like to support that. That's fantastic. Thank you all for being here. Who is here, by the way? Can I see from where I'm sitting? There's a few issues I've run into with the garage. One is it's dusty as hell, which I'm working on. I at first thought that was the issue, that I was just feeling achy and tired because I was carrying crap back and forth from the basement to here to try to get this place in order. I did a little tour online yesterday on YouTube. So I won't do that again because it involves moving. So I've run into a few issues. One of them, I have to become that guy who's like, hey, kids, can you stop playing basketball while I'm streaming? Like, literally, I put a basketball hoop up for my son and anyone else who wanted to play, thinking, oh, it'll be great. So what starts happening the moment I decide I want to stream? I'm like, oh my God, these poor little kids are trying to play. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Can you just not do that now? Anyways, so I think I'm just going to have to take it down or do a really good job of soundproofing the place, which is just not in my budget right now. We got a budget. So we got a quote to do the garage to sort of make it cozy for me for the coming winter, because winter is coming. Yeah, get off my lawn, exactly. So it's $15,000. I was like, I was thinking like 1,500, 150. So it looks like I'm DIYing it. What could go wrong? It's just a 12-foot wall. So I'm gonna attempt to build it. I guess, should I stream it? Like, should I just maybe I'll just set up a wide cam and everyone could just watch me fall off ladders. It will be uninteresting because I can't imagine. Well, maybe I do talk to myself a lot, so maybe I should just mic myself. Maybe I'll we're saving so much money on the renovation. Maybe I can talk Jane into letting me get those remote mics. I apologize for the noise. The other issue I have is air. I need air in here. I need the airflow. So I've had to crack the garage door a little bit so we do get some background noise. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But you know what? It makes me I feel like a little kid. Like I got a fort. I have a fort, and it has spiders and rats and a lot of traffic. But it's my little fort, and I'm looking forward to sort of building it out. I just wanted to get the computer in here. I wanted to get some tools and stuff. I really wanted to get my CNC working again. I just don't think my brain is working right now very well. So yeah, I got to get the CNC working because I've got these coins. I've got people have bought coins, and I have to get them out to them, and I just feel awful that I haven't done it. I haven't managed to take what people would call a passive income and turn it into an incredibly impassive income because I keep adding things like personalized numbers and things on it. So anyways, hello everyone. Who do we have here? We've got Fluffy the cat. Fantastic. And I'm assuming we got Vibe Pup in here somewhere. I did mention it on that, so it should be in there. Hello, Roy McKay. Hello again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bouncing back and forth between YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is just set up, and I just thought I would use that today. But I gotta say, I'm thinking about trying to simplify my life in a lot of ways, or maybe laser focus is a better way to put it. I feel like I'm facing. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit low because I'm not feeling well, but I feel like I'm looking at not the end of the career that I loved, but but I feel like it's changed considerably since I started many years ago. Which is no surprise. I started like over 30 years ago, and so I feel like if I want to keep acting in the stuff I love, there's going to be a lot less stuff to do. And if I want to do the stuff I love, then it becomes almost a philanthropic thing at this point, where I'm working with people who are trying to make little movies and they don't have the money to pay the bills that I have, with stuff. So I'm looking at alternatives, and one of them is focusing like on this online stuff, because I just think there's some amazing stuff we could do here if I could get my stuff together, so to speak. One of the things I'm thinking about is I keep getting asked, am I going to do an adult Tech Bandits? And I thought that was cute, because I immediately think of like Tech Bandits After Dark. But that's obviously not what it is, because everyone knows what a prude I am. But I started thinking, like, maybe that's something we should consider. Like, maybe I do my Tech Bandits live, either on Twitch or on YouTube, whatever we end up on. And maybe I have, maybe we do like a weekly or a monthly, I wouldn't say adult bandits, because I've never considered myself much of an adult. Although, God, I'm feeling old today. Maybe there's something we can do there. Maybe there's like a subscription model or something we could do with that. I don't know. You let me know what you think. I would watch the shit out of a Hewlett DIY show. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Good. Believe me, Sci-Fi Gal, the number of times Jane and I have pitched DIY shows in this godforsaken country is ridiculous. It's just not. This is why I say I just feel like YouTube should certainly. Tech Bandits at Night. I like that. Adult Tech Bandits, still called kids, by David. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Tech Outlaws. Maybe we're the terrors. Maybe we go from the maybe that's the crossed out, Tech Bandits / terrors. Maybe we're the Tech Terrors, and that's the adult stuff. Although most of my Tech Bandits have got old enough, they'd probably be fine in that environment. It just means we can swear a bit, and Lance can say what he wants. Speaking of which, we should bring in our Discord friends, shouldn't we? If I can figure out how to do this. Oh my God, I am like, it's like, I feel like my brain is wading through molasses right now. That's where I'm at. So I'm worried that I'm gonna actually, you know what? Before I do this, before I bring everyone in, sorry guys, I'm gonna do this. I want to read off the email of awesomeness, because I feel like, first off, it's a service to people who aren't able to actually read it, and also I just think it's another format for it, which I think could be. I don't do a lot of reading. I will read newsletters to get ideas for my newsletter, and I'll read articles to get more in-depth takes on stuff that I'm interested in. But generally, it's podcasts for me. So I thought, well, maybe is this something that I should be, doing? Is this, I should be putting maybe some audio or video version of the thing out there. I don't know how interesting it'll be, and we'll see. My roomies are considering coming by. That's interesting. My new roomies who've stolen my lair. Just so that's why I'm out here. All right, let me see if I can find this thing. All right. Although I guess, what am I saying? I guess we could include everyone on this. I'd like to read through it so that people have a just have an audio version of this as well that we can figure out. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to updates, because believe it or not, I'm in the updates. My own email shows up in the updates. Tech Desperate. Oh, the names are still, people are still working on the names, or I've just paused the thing. I'm not sure you are old enough to, or white enough to have a podcast. Really? I'm pretty white and I'm pretty old. I mean, that's all I play on television is white and old. But I guess television, they tend to like that. They tend to like those, old folks. All right. So let me attempt to do this, and I'm sure I'll get better at this as I go along. But just so we're all on the same page, and potentially, as I say, so that we can start something, I can put the email out in an audio or give people another alternative ways to read the email of awesomeness. If you haven't signed up for the email of awesomeness, please do. Go to techbandits.org. There's a whole sign up thing there. It takes 2 seconds. You don't have to give me much information. I just frankly I want to build my network off other people's networks, if that makes sense. I'd like to get all the people who I enjoy talking to and with. I'd like them on my own email list, as opposed to on musky Twitters or Zuckerbergy Instagrams or any of that crap. So, I just think it's for the future. It's a better way to go. So this email of awesomeness, I've labeled. I like to start each one with just a little take on what it's about. And this is a brainy musical journey of an email of awesomeness this week. And I start with this TikTok is trampling film and TV. And I was fascinated by this because, my fellow writers and actors are striking. And as I say, filled with existential terror. I could say that way better when I don't have like a flu in my head. Full of existential terror about streamers like Netflix, Apple, Amazon, and such. And the concerns range obviously from this use of AI to shorter seasons. So, I mean, you make less episodes, you make less money. There's a problem. And one of the other issues that happens with that is you get less writers in the room writing those shows. Like when you had 22 episodes, like back in the good old Stargate days, you'd have like a whole writer's room and they'd all be bouncing ideas off each other. Amazing place to be. And now, they go, oh, we got 9 episodes. That guy can write it. So a huge drop in the number of employed writers. Again, I'm not necessarily saying I'm siding with any of this stuff. I'm just telling you what's out there. I'd love people to get paid fairly, but I sort of feel like that's a government thing. I think the government should frankly just have a really good minimum wage. Like, I don't know, like make the minimum wage like $25 an hour for everybody. And, if you can't afford to pay people $25 an hour, then you probably shouldn't be in business because it means you're not paying them enough to survive. So anyways, point being is, not a terribly popular approach, I'm sure. But my idea was just like, why can't we just have a minimum wage that people can actually live on? Okay, so if we had that, we wouldn't need unions and strikes and all this kind of stuff because you'd be earning enough to feed your family and stuff. So they're concerned about these shorter seasons. They're concerned of the lack of transparency, which is really about the idea that how do we know how many people have watched the movie and how do we know that you're paying us enough for the amount of people who watch the movie? This is the part I will now cut out of the podcast. Thank you. And now we're back. Maybe. So if you don't know how many people have watched the thing, you don't know how much you get in residuals. It has always been a battle getting those numbers out of the studios and networks. Invariably, Bones being a perfect example. So my friend from Traders, who wrote that and showrun that show, you basically have to sue the network after you get canceled. When you finally end the show, you then sue the network you've been working for to get the money that they owe you out of it because they've been, hoarding stuff in the meantime. So it's just it's a horrible way of doing business, and but that's the norm basically. So I think in the case of Bones, they sued and they got like millions and millions and millions of dollars in back payments that had just been basically withheld for whatever reason. Residuals and then of course with the streamers you don't get residuals. You go you get paid to make the show, and they go, well, it's only airing on Netflix, so why would we pay you to every time it airs? It's like, we'll just pay you what you get paid up front. Which again, I don't mind as long as you're being paid enough and you realize that. I'm totally fine with that. But other people have issues with that. I think a lot of people are like, back in the good old days, we made money on our residuals, and residuals are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I get residuals on Stargate and stuff, and now that I get 25 cents here and there. But the reality is that obviously it was a great source of income for a lot of people for a long time. I'm not sure that it's a right. Anyway, so at earlier strikes, networks created unscripted reality television shows. So as you can tell, I'm going a little bit off script here. But the idea is that the last time we had one of these big strikes, they invented a new type of television that didn't require writers or actors, which is freaking genius. I got to say, like, these business folks, they're wired for brains. They created a type of show, reality show, and we laughed at it. We're like, yeah, right. Like, people are going to watch, Big Brother instead of Big Brother, I guess. Is that Canadian? I don't know. We're going to watch Big Brother instead of like a fabulous show like, I don't know, The X-Files or something. And so we sort of scoffed at it. But the reality is people did, because if that's what's available and that's what they're getting pitched as the cool new shows, they'll watch it. And some of them are very, very good. It created amazing franchises. I used to love Survivor, and there's all sorts of Alone is another one I love. I mean, I love reality television shows, factual TV stuff. So I get it. But that's how they got around the strike. That's how they got content out while there was a strike going on. Now, I think it's more complicated because, what we're seeing is now that the strike's on, we are seeing a lot more factual stuff. We're seeing a lot more sort of sports related content. Like we get pushed a lot of sportsy stuff because of Baz's interest in soccer, I'm guessing. But still, again, those are hours of television that I would otherwise be out looking for movies or TV to watch, which we don't have the actors for right now. They've also moved to more international stuff, which is America's way of saying the rest of the world. When they say international, which I've always found amusing. There's America, which is the center, and then international is on the outside stuff. So basically the world outside of SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, and the Writers Guild of America, they've moved to other countries that are creating great stuff that don't have the same unions, and so they can work. So there's a lot like, I think that horrible, sorry, I didn't be so mean, but unwatchable to be House of Dragons. That is able to keep going because they're all British actors, right? And the writers, I guess, were British or something. I don't know how they got around it. But basically, they've got ways around it for a few of these things. And so we're going to start seeing a lot more of this international content, I think. So less American stuff and more international stuff. And Netflix is built for that. Like Netflix has lots of local productions because they want to appeal to their local audiences, and this is just a smart way of doing it. Which again, I think is not a bad idea. Like I gotta say, I don't mean to constantly side with AI and our robotic overlords, but I mean, if your business is being threatened, then you have to react, and why wouldn't you? That's what their reaction was. One of the interesting things that SAG asked for, was it SAG? I think it was SAG, was asking for is that they were asking that they get special dispensation for the people who are on strike. There you go. There's the trucks going by. So dispensation because they're on strike, because what it means is that we're not earning any money. And if you're not earning any money, then you don't get your medical coverage. So they're saying, hey, we're on strike against you, but we want you to pay so that we can have the medical coverage. And I was like, oh boy, see, that's something maybe we didn't think through. That's kind of a weird demand. Could you give us more money so we can stay on strike longer? It's a difficult one to ask for. And I'm paraphrasing and I may get this wrong. And I know there's many, many actors out there who will be furious that I am not rah SAG and WGA on this stuff. But anyways, the reality is I think that the biggest actors and the biggest writers are going to be fine because they're not worried about scale anyways. They're getting paid because they have the leverage, because people want them. They want their face in their movie, or they want their voice in the script. And I think what it's going to make it very difficult for is the people who are starting out, and also the people who are not the top of the heap here. Crappy television could be written by writers, or it could be written by AI at this point. So, we've seen some pretty terrible movies. Like, what did we watch the other day? Beast Wars. We watched Beast Wars, which we love our Transformers, Baz and I. We've always watched Transformers. Bad Wally, as he used to call it when he was a kid. We just watched the Beast Wars movie, which is just, it's just a mess of other movies. It might as well have been written by AI. Entertaining, yes, but horrifically generic in many ways. It's like, how do we turn Transformers into Iron Man without getting sued? And that was sort of one of the things they did. Oh man, I think I just found another wasp nest. Great. It's great in here. I'm loving it. It's my own world. Okay. So one of the things that really caught my eye was that Paramount, the Peacock, or whatever they call themselves now, online, started posting clips of their old shows on TikTok. And they did crazy well. They got some really good numbers. They're like really excited about it. I would argue they're literally cannibalizing their own model, because they've just spent all this money making this stuff, and then anyways. So my friends were like, well, it's old content. They're never gonna, they can't afford to make content and put it on TikTok. And then what happens? They've just released some of their new shows, or at least one of the new shows I know of. Can't remember the name of it now, on TikTok. So you can watch the entire freaking show on TikTok. And Baz and his friends talk about watching movies on TikTok. They just watch them in little tiny pieces. It's obviously some sort of piracy type thing. But the reality is, people are watching television and film in a different way. And so what happens? We've got Paramount putting their stuff on there. They're doing well by it. Other companies, Disney, all these other companies are going to figure out that this is a good way of doing stuff. Maybe they start their own social media. Maybe they buy Snapchat. Maybe they, whatever. Maybe Disney buys Snapchat, and they've got themselves a whole social marketing thing of their own. But here's the other thing that happens on a strike. is actors and writers get bored. Hello. Excuse me. I'll cut this part too. God, that hurts. Okay. So, writers and actors get bored. What do? They start podcasts. They go and stream on Twitch. They do YouTube videos. They struggle to find other ways to do what they love doing, which is to perform and to talk to people and all that kind of stuff. What does that do? That drives more traffic away from the traditional film and TV folks who they're striking against and they're asking for more money and concessions from. You're asking for more money and concessions from an industry that you are cannibalizing while you're on strike as well. So I just, I talk to a lot. My son says I've got to stop, interrogating kids. But when when there's a kid at the dinner, first thing I say is like, hey, what do you watch on? What are you watching? Because I want to know. It's never television. It's always something related to YouTube. And in some cases they're making stuff for YouTube. In some cases they're just watching stuff on YouTube. So I've got to stop interrogating kids. Yes, it's probably, yeah. Beast Wars was atrocious. Yeah, it was absolutely atrocious. AI is going to disrupt most jobs, like at least, well, and that's the other thing is, we're going to do a deal for, I don't know, the next 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, the actors, writers, all that kind of stuff. Eventually we'll figure that out with these network folks. But here's the funny thing. What's easier to replace, an actor and a writer, or a, one of these execs who are basically looking at market share, looking at what's popular, looking for patterns and things that work well, and then creating content based on that? That's AI. The next time we come to the table for a negotiation, first off, I don't think we're going to have any leverage. And secondly, we're going to be dealing with what AI algorithms have come up with for these studios and for these networks and these streamers and stuff. This is all going to be database stuff, and all that database information can be processed by much, much fewer humans thanks to this AI machine learning stuff. So I'm going to throw that out there. Again, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, great. If there's less, you have to pay less people to make a movie, fantastic. I mean, movies should be cheaper anyways. They're way too expensive, if you ask me. So I guess the question I have that I would put out, that it's certainly I put out in the email, was that, is this short form content the future of entertainment? I mean, do we not watch hour, 2-hour movies anymore? Although in the case of like Beast Wars and all these other movies, they're all like 15 hours long. I can't believe how long these movies are. I don't know whether they're trying to get as much money for your bang for your buck, or they just can't be bothered to cut stuff, and they just think the more they've got in it, the more it appeals to more people. I don't know. But anyways, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe, we need to start focusing on short content. Maybe we should just start making short films. Maybe that's it. I mean, Vipup showed us that creepy little film, that creepy little horror. I don't know what the numbers were on it, but it's potentially, Mandy says I've got to get on Cameo. Yeah, I mean, look, that's another source of income as well. I just, for some reason, there's just something about going to I don't know. There's a whole other thing on that. I'll talk about that later. Once I get into the actual chat, I'll do that. Right now, I'm in preach mode. I just want to plow through this email awesomeness. So Unreal Genius, that's the next one. So one of the things I want to do when I'm here is to somehow convince my son to come in and scan me with a good phone scanning app. And so I could get my face into Unreal Engine, start using some of this meta-human stuff. I spoke to a friend of mine in Montreal, fantastic person who works at Unreal in the meta-humans department, and they were just and they're quite excited about me playing with it, and I too am very much looking forward to that. So I really want to hasten my demise as the leverage that I might have had as an actor by creating my own digital doppelganger and getting it out there. So. Yay for me. There is a video that I put in the email, which I was just blown away by, which is a very exciting ad for soccer, and it's all these famous soccer players running around kicking the ball in the net, and people going, goal, goal, and score, and you get all excited, the music swells and all that kind of stuff. And then they reveal that this is actually the women's team, and that they've just replaced the faces with famous football stars. And then you start noticing how shiny their legs were, and you're like, I should have known. But anyways, point being is I didn't know. I started watching it. Baz found this for me. And it was such a brilliant way of selling female soccer, female football. because there's been long been an issue with this. They're not getting paid the same. There's all sorts of, there's like, well, soccer, it's a male sport. Well, it's only a male sport because it's just been a male culture this whole time. So now female soccer is trying to find their place, and something like that I just thought was a brilliant use of AI and marketing and just sort of messing with the norm. As I say, it kicks you in the yellow cards. Changes the way you think. I mean, look how exciting that is. And yet we're not watching it because we're watching the men's football only. So, anyways, I thought that was kind of a sort of fascinating way of marketing, psychology, technology, and a little AI, of course, because that's helping with the face removal stuff. That sort of deep fake approach to stuff. But I just thought that was just an ingenious way of doing it, and I highly recommend you watch the video, which I can't link to because I'm looking at my phone, and I'll just do some show notes or something on this, I guess. The next thing is, so we've broken some stereotypes. Now let's break some stereos. This is kind of fun. There's a bunch of these science nerds, science hippies, who had 29 patients with epilepsy, and they were getting treated. They're getting surgical treatment for their epilepsy because the drugs didn't work for them, so they needed some more invasive stuff, which involved placing all of these many sensors onto the brain. I'm guessing I'm literally just totally making this up. I'm guessing it's in some way to track what's happening in an epileptic seizure and stuff. So since they had these patients, they said, hey, put on these headphones and listen to Pink Floyd. So they put on Pink Floyd, The Wall. They recorded the patterns happening in the brain. They felt that The Wall was a good one because it had many levels of, it's classic Floyd stuff. And really, it's because the scientists liked it. But they played this music to these patients with all these electrodes in their heads, like literally thousands of them. And then they recreated the music using this using a machine learning algorithm. So they basically said they analyzed all of the activity happening in these electrodes, and they said to AI, look, if basically you plot like a bunch of lines through your data, and anything that's on that line is responsible for something that that the brain is doing. So let's see any activity around that line and use that to recreate this song, basically. That's a horrible way of explaining it, but basically machine learning, magic, AI magic. And so they got it working. I don't know if I can play it. Can I do that? It's so weird. I mean, it's really fun. But you know what? No, I can't. So you should definitely look that up, or just sign up to the email, and there's a link in the email. But it's just amazing to me the sort of the jumps we're making. A lot of it due to AI, because AI has become such a part. Everyone's going like, how can we use AI to help whatever work we're doing? It's like I say, do the AI audit. I highly recommend. It's not a dance. It sounds like a dance. Do the AI audit. But I really think everyone needs to look at what they're doing and see how it's going to be replaced. I wonder if that's someone parking in my parking outside the garage now. Because that's it. This is how these advances are happening at such a great rate. Is that AI is allowing us to do things faster and in many ways more efficiently, and it's also allowing people with great ideas but maybe not the expertise to sort of get a little bit of a foothold in this stuff, and then obviously you want to then get the people with expertise to look at it as well. But this sort of hits on one of my favorite things, which we will talk with, I guess, Lance about later as well, which is, if you want a truly immersive experience, like if you truly want to like plug into the Matrix, you need to plug into the Matrix. Like you need to be in your brain. All of these things that we clamp onto our face, and like the glasses and the guy with the glasses and the goggles and the headphones. I mean, the reality is, if you can just tap into the brain, if you can hack the brain and the way the brain works, and then recreate those signals instead of having to go through all the physics and mechanics and whatever necessary to make it happen in the real world, like gluing giant screens to your eyeballs, which can't be good. What if you just tap into those electrical signals and make it happen that way? And of course, once again, thinking from a more sort of diverse and able, less Abe, as Lance would put it, less able-bodied. What a great opportunity for everyone. Like that would work not just for people who can't move, but it would work beautifully for people who can move. Like instead of building weird contraptions to make it feel like you're walking through a jungle, you literally just create the patterns in your brain necessary to make that feel. You could feel the crunch of the stuff under your feet. You could feel the wind against your face. All of that can be created by recreating the digital signals in the brain. And I for one, am really excited about that. I'm not sure about Elon Musk getting in there, but that's the Neuralink stuff. I'm a little nervous about that. There's some serious ethical issues there to look into. But the fact that we're getting closer to that is very, very exciting to me. I will if I hack my brain, I hope no wraith will connect. Exactly, that's the problem, Roy McKay. Like, right? You start playing with brain computer interfaces. Then there's then you got to seriously worry about your cybersecurity. All right, trust me, I'm almost done. The power of cement. I thought this was kind of cool. So, as if batteries weren't heavy enough, these cement head scientists have to come up with cement ones. But basically, the idea is if you throw a bunch of nanoparticle, what is it, carbon black? Is that what it's called? I should just see. Carbon black. Nanoparticles of carbon black. I don't know exactly what that is, but you throw that into wet cement. Apparently, when it dries, and if you add this, what is it? What is the stuff that they throw in there? I'm checking my notes. No, I'm checking my email. Potassium hydroxide. So you throw in this solution into the cement with that carbon black. As it cures, those carbon nanoparticles line up into little conduits that could be used for electricity. And you can create what is basically a battery. It's like a type of capacitor, but a massive cement capacitor. And, my first thought was like, oh, great, more cement. But the reality is we kind of need the cement right now, and we need better batteries. If this is going to work for the time being before we get to the flying cars that I really want, then so be it. I mean, I just think that's a kind of a wonderful technology to have. The idea of like having a road that can charge the vehicle, or power the signs or the lights or any of these things. Could you have buildings made of this stuff? I mean, there's just a lot of, it gets your little sci-fi brain going on this stuff, which I thought was kind of fascinating. So I invite all of you to think about what you would do with that. What would you do with a giant cement battery? Knowing me, I'd put it somewhere and then go, damn it, I want it over there, but it's too heavy to move. That's the way I feel right now. Excuse me, another little podcast break. All right. God almighty. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to talk to everyone. I didn't mean to make your life miserable. The last one is Mars is Hard, which is just a fantastic little video. When I was doing Stargate, I used to call sexy Google, as I called Jane. I would frantically call home and say, I have no idea where I'm going. How do I get to set? I'm supposed to be in a woods somewhere. Where am I? And we would work out where I am, and then she would work out how to get me there or get me home. I have it all the time because I can get lost in a box. I have absolutely no sense of direction. I'll probably get lost on my way home, and it's just across the garden. So, when Google Maps and stuff showed up, it was like a godsend. And now they've got the street view where you can actually look at the building you're going to go to before you go there. Oh, my God. Talk about social anxiety and all the anxious stuff that I normally have about going anywhere. Gone. Like, just gone. With technology, solved. But what do you do when, as I say, your sexy Google is anywhere from 93 million to 142 million miles away on Mars? So this Curiosity rover, which my family and I were very, very, very lucky to see being built at JPL when we were there. It was Marlene, just a fabulous, God, just amazing woman, was kind enough to invite us, and we went, and she walked us around and met a bunch of her friends and stuff. It was just, God, it's just like literally one of those, like, I will never forget. In my life, when my life flashes in front of my eyes, when my cough gets so bad that I die, that will be when this will be one of the moments I see. It was just extraordinary. Thank you, Marlene, for that, by the way. So what happens when it goes wrong and it's that far away? What do? You can't call sexy Google. So there's a great video by JPL which talks about the problem that they had recently with Curiosity, which is they had all these fantastic images of Mars, but when they actually got down on the ground in the form of the Mars Curiosity rover, the rover's like, it's steeper than it looks, and it's really slippery, and there's giant boulders. So they're like, crap, what do we do? And it's just this, it's kind of a fun way of looking at how they solve these problems from Earth, and the fact that we are still, in control of these things up there in our own little way. And it's just this weird kind of hybrid autonomous and human approach. And it's just really fun to watch them working it out. When I was there, it was one of the other rovers. It was one of the earlier rovers had got one of its sensors had got stuck somehow. And we walked into a room, and there was the exact same thing set up on a bunch of boxes and stuff. And then it with its sensor in a thing of sand. And so because the rest of it they didn't need to test, but the sand thing they had to work on. So they were working on this sand thing. They were just recreating it in the lab to make sure that it was to see if they could figure out how to solve it. And of course, with the giant brains that are there, they of course did. And then last part of the email is really just an update on the cavern, which you've sort of seen. This is the Cavern Canadian, or Canadian. No, not Canadian. Canardian. The Canardian Cavern, or the Cavern Canardia. I don't know. I'm not sure what I call it. Anyways, that's a mouthful, especially right now. So I've made the move. I'm trying it out. We'll see what happens. And so everyone can just be, please, very patient and forgiving for the next little while as I F up numerous streams by trying to figure out how to make this all work and come together. I'm amazed that the computer's working. When I started it up, when I booted up the first time after moving it, it said it was overheating CPU. And I was like, oh, crap, here we go. Because as soon as you move something, it breaks. That's what I've discovered. I would be the worst Mars navigator, folks. So, and then, of course, I end with be safe, be kind, be brilliant. And I'll do that at the end as well. I also mentioned, to be horribly mercenary for a while here, redbubble.com. I've discovered Redbubble, and I put a few things up, including what I think is one of the most genius T-shirt designs that you're ever going to see. I think is that, and I have another one that I'm doing, which I won't spoil now. Actually, I won't spoil. I'll tell you. Maybe I'll buy one and wear it. It's a quote I heard, and I just freaking love it. It's so McKay. So I thought I'd do that. I love Redbubble. I queued up a bunch of stuff to buy. Oh, fantastic, Captain Catherine, go for it. Jack Jasra. Jack Jasra, by the way, is the brilliant designer behind our Tech Bandits logos. In fact, this is one of the ones you can get now. I put that back. I put that up along with the ham one as well. I've got a great mechanical pig mech pig that Jack Jasper designed. Do I hear T-shirt designs? You do, Jack. We'll talk. We shall talk. I don't know when we're going to talk. I'm going away again next week. Isn't that fun? I mean, the twins will be here, but I don't think they'll be streaming. I'm being dragged into the wilds of Ontario to get some nature, apparently. So, all right, let's get into Discord. So we'll see. I'm going to try to cut that section out, and maybe I'll put that out as the email of Awesome Awesomeness, or the vlog of Awesome Awesomeness, or something like that. I don't know. It's an experiment. I'm trying it out. Sometimes you look like Bono with the goatee. Oh, really? I like Bono. It's good. It's better than I mean, normally I used to get Robin Williams all the time. Now I get Tarantino, but that's what I stick on my chin. Yeah. All right. And Tech Bandits coins. Buy Tech Bandits coins. Oh my God, yes, please do. I've sold a bunch of them. I will get that. Hopefully today I'll have that back up and running. God, I hope so. Depends how I feel. I'm just such an achy mess right now. It's miserable. All right, let me get a Discord. And if anyone's hung around, we'll see. Here we go. I'm joining the voice chat.
Oh. Did you sleep?
There we go. Hello.
Oh,
no way. Is that you?
Yes, way. It's
Hi.
me, finally.
Is that the headset that saved your life?
No, that was another headset. Did I tell that story? Did I only tell that story to you? I'm not sure if I told the world that.
No, you only told it to me.
It was bizarre. So I'm moving stuff around this place, and my son had just given me back the headphones that I got from Apple. When I did this, when Apple C, they gave a crew gift, and they were these beautiful Beats Apple headphones. And I'm I put them on. They're fantastic. They're noise canceling. I'm like in my own little world. I'm hammering in things and cutting things and doing. Anyways, I reach down to get something, and suddenly it's like someone hit me in the back of the head with a baseball bat, like right on the top of this, just right on the top. It was like someone just went wham as hard as they possibly could, and it was a hammer that I had left up on the top of one of these cabinets. Can I show you? Like it was.
Well, and just to help fill in, David gets in the head with a baseball bat quite often. So that's how he said he felt like that.
Yeah, any opportunity I get to get hit in the head by baseball bats, I take it.
Yeah.
In the hopes of getting smarter. So it was like top shelf, landed, and it hit me just on this part of the headphones. So I sat there for a little while going like, holy crap, like I'm like that. I would have, you think I'm dumb now. You wait.
Yeah.
If I get hit it with that hammer would have stuck in there, buddy. That would have hurt. Who's fearless?
I can see it.
Who's me?
Fluffy the cat.
Hey, Fluffy. How you doing?
But now he's fearless.
He's fearless.
Which is way cooler.
Yeah, fearless has a way better ring to it. And then Vibe Pup, who never misses, ever misses.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Vibe Pup, buddy.
I'm doing good.
Yeah? Any exciting news for us?
The only really exciting news is that I found Call of Duty for the DS.
What, the Nintendo DS?
Yeah, for the DS, Black Ops, and there is a new game coming out.
Wait a sec. Do you have to like hack it or something? Like how does it run on that?
It's a cartridge. It's real.
Really? Oh my god. I just listened to the most fascinating it's one of my favorite podcasts, and it's called Darknet Diaries. And actually, you'd probably like this, Lance, as well. It was all about hacking the old game consoles and how you used to be able to do that, and just which companies were the worst. And Nintendo are like, it's like, you killed my father, prepare to die. You know, I mean, they are absolutely relentless if they think that you ripped them off, which is just wild. So, and just how they did it was interesting.
Yeah.
They're incredibly litigious. Yeah. Which I thought was fascinating. And also, it's just Darknet Diaries is just the best. If you want to hear the coolest stories about hacking and cybercrime and stuff, that is that podcast. I give that guy money. I literally give them money because I just think his stuff is so good, and I'm the cheapest bastard ever. I won't even get a hard hack. I use free Beats headphones. Although I gotta say,
you just cover 10% of your skull, and
that's it. Just the important part.
Log averages works out.
Just the important part, Lance. Just the important part. The very, very top, the bald spot at the top of my head. That's the part. That's the stuff I worry about. So I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. I wanted to try reading this email of awesomeness out and putting it in a format that people like Joe, our friend Strechet, would be able to listen to as well. Because I realized.
Oh, I like that.
Well, and I just realized, do you guys read anything?
Do we? Well, I hear a TV. I'm not sure what it is.
Whose TV's that? Someone got a TV going in the background? I guess it was Fearless. I guess Fearless had it on the background. Who actually reads their news? I'd be curious to know.
Sorry, like you.
Oh, no worries.
Yours or just in general?
No, just in general. Like, I mean, I find I only read articles when I want to get in depth on something. Most of my information comes from like some kind of a podcast or a news broadcast or something like that.
Oh, I get most of my information from locker rooms and back alleys.
Really? You got your ear to the street. Your ear to the sweaty street.
Just whatever the guys are talking about. Does this look like a rash to you? Things like that.
Nice.
That's how I learn.
This is why, Lance, just so you know, this is why I'm pitching people on a Tech Bandits nights or whatever, adult.
Right.
Adult Tech Bandits. Because I feel like I feel like I'm clipping your wings, I feel like there's far further you would go with that if it wasn't
Actually, I really cleaned it up.
Have you? Yeah, you have. It's true. You've got much more decent. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, I see. I've got another window open over there. I'll tell
What
you.
if I have something super cool to tell you?
Oh, do you? What do you got?
I feel like it's super nerdy cool, okay?
Yeah. Well, let me just get rid of this. Other thing here.
I have a 4-person team that we're working at Google on a thing,
Yeah.
and one of the people created BB-8.
What? Seriously?
What?
One of the people
Yeah.
on your team created the robot in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah,
That's pretty wild.
that's crazy.
What the hell's he doing with you?
Well, just so you know, when the letters went out, they go, and we don't have to introduce Lance, who is the famous one. So the
Oh,
BB-8
really?
guy, he's okay. Yeah, just that's that. I'm just saying there is a technical
So you're. I can hear
BB-8 guy.
I can hear your head
down
getting
there.
bigger. I can hear it. That's pretty wild. And what sort of stuff are you talking about? What this is the job? Do you want to let people know what you're doing? What the
Yeah, we're just going to promote the underlying AI software for GameFace.
this is
We'll
the
do
Media
more
Pipe?
with GameFace. Yeah, Media Pipe.
Which is a weirdly terrible name, I've got to say.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit what
Yeah.
it does. It's,
GameFace is brilliant, and Google came up with that, right? They were all over that.
Well, to be fair, it was a disabled person at Google, so
Right, but they were still working for Google, weren't they?
a superior human.
A superior
Was
human. Okay.
there.
Oh, I see. Not a
Luckily, they
non-Abe.
could pull.
There was a non-Abe. Damn dirty Abe. They didn't come up with it. Yeah.
I wonder if anybody knows what that reference is.
No,
Did
you
they
and I,
say
you
that
and I
in
do.
the-
That's all we care. That's all we care. Yeah.
What was the was the Planet of the Apes you were in? Did they ever do that as a callback?
I think they did. Didn't Brian Cox say it? I think Brian Cox might have said it. He was.
Damn dirty apes.
Yeah, he ran. But of course, it's you're not serious people. He was. It was like fuck. Oh, no, let's say that. Jesus, right. Never mind. Save that for Tech Bandits Terror's Nights or whatever.
After dark.
Hey, okay. Let me ask Vipup. Do you read anything? Do you tend to read articles?
Oh,
or
yeah,
do you tend to
sorry.
listen to articles?
Oh, 1 second. I need to turn off the stream. It's coming back twice.
Is it okay? But then you get to hear me twice. How great is that?
Okay, say what you were saying again.
Yes. My question to you was this. Do you generally, do you do a lot of reading of your information, or do you mainly get it from, video content of some sort? Or audio or something?
Normally, videos, I don't
Yeah.
read too much unless it's like a book.
Oh,
And
really?
Still there, I don't read the most.
And when you say you don't read, I mean, if you saw something cool on a video of some sort, would you then pursue more information by looking for more videos, or would you look for something to read?
I would normally just try to find a place that just kind of summarizes it for me.
Right. Okay, all right. Where is my Discord thing? I've got background noise. Who's that? I'm gonna try.
That's me. I'm gonna mute my mic again.
Oh,
now.
is it? Okay, all right. Oh, it is. Oh, thanks, Bye Pup. All right, now let's ask Fearless now. Fearless, where do you get most of your information from? We've lost Fearless. Obviously, doesn't get it from this podcast.
He's not afraid to ignore you.
Exactly. Well, good for him. I think that is a right that I will cling to. I'm just curious. Okay, what about the chat? Anyone in the chat? What do they got? Who's listening to stuff? Yes, Fearless is also Fluffy the cat. Yes, because we could change our names all the time around here. You can be whoever you want. So it's beautiful. What do we got? I am so pumped for this after stream idea.
Do you want to
really?
be a droid?
Do we? Okay, let me ask you this, Lance. Do we do if we do
Yeah.
an after, Tech Bandits After Dark or whatever? Do we make that like a subscription thing, or what do we do? How do we do it?
Oh, like a Patreon?
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should do. I don't know. When people ask for all this stuff, I feel like maybe there's a way to pay my bills with it. I don't want to gouge people, but I'd be like I am with the coins.
Yeah. Is it working? Or did you... Oh my God, he's choking to death.
Oh,
This is how
God.
it ends.
I'm so sorry. I should turn my mic off when I do that, but I've got the worst freaking flu-y cough thing happening. It ain't good.
Oh,
I sin. I read crazy text generated by fans and AIs. Well, that's fair enough. Car trouble has led to a rare work from home opportunity, so I can finally join in. Oh, good, Dr. N PhD. Dr. N PhD. When are we gonna stream together again? Because I really enjoyed the last one. Please don't choke to death. I wish I was choking. Choking would be over. The problem is I'm not choking. I'm I don't know what I am. I'm hacking up a lung every so often.
Exploding.
I'm what?
Exploding from the inside.
Is that what it's? That's what it's. I'm like an internal combustion. All right. So where do people read? So people aren't reading stuff. They mostly. I listen mostly. Read less. Yeah. Go for Fluff or Nut. Same. I'd pay for an After Dark show. Oh, really? People would. See, there you go. I also received my coin, but had to pay extra tax to get it. Oh, crazy nut, DK. I'm hearing these horrible stories about the frickin' crooks running countries out there who demand massive duties on what Cal. Hey, Cal, if Cal's there. Cal got charged like more than the price of the coin, and I sent it to her as a gift. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I sent her a freaking coin as a gift, and what do? She gets a freaking bill. Right? Like, that's nuts. I don't know why I've got two cameras on me, why I feel the need. I was trying to get them working, and it's up there, so I thought I'd put it there. What else am I going to...
Did she weld the coin into the side of her hammer?
Oh, that would be cool. That's what the Transformers do on Beast Wars. They when they kill a Transformer, they rip off its Transformer logo, and they put it on they weld it to themselves. Isn't that cool? I thought that was like a cool idea.
That is cool. I should do that with vehicles.
What was that?
I watched the new Transformers.
And what did you think of it? Beast Wars? What do you think?
It was good.
Yeah, it just felt like, didn't it feel a bit like it was like ripping off a bunch of different movies? Like what was the Iron Man thing at the end?
I don't know.
But didn't it feel like it was just didn't it just look like Iron Man to you when he was getting all suited up like that?
Oh, is that the Cobra command thing?
It's Cobra isn't Cobra is G.I. Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, they added a G.I. Joe thing at the end, in the post scenes.
Oh, is that what he was doing? I didn't know what was happening at the end there. I was so bored, but I also thought it was. Did you see it in the theater? Fearless?
Yeah. So bored.
You saw it in the theater?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have seen it in the theater because I feel like it needed the big noise and stuff. My favorite was it Prime? What was his name? The Primal Prime or whatever it is? Optimus Primal?
Ooh. That was a cartoon, like a really bad CGI, but
it was
great
the terrible CG from. They actually recreated a couple of those shots and stuff. Have you not seen it?
I
Lance?
love that show.
Well, Lance, you should see it.
I haven't seen the movie. I watched. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate this, David, but the insurance did replace my speakers.
Okay.
So, but they didn't replace my lift and stuff. It was really cool.
Really?
But
we're fine with replacing the speakers, but not your assistive equipment.
My van, anything I really needed.
And
but
sorry,
they did
just remind me,
replace the
what was the
speakers.
name of that insurance company again?
It was American Family.
American Family.
No, because you're family with American.
Yeah, they're family with American Family, of course. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the family that locks you in the basement.
It's the Manson family.
And feed you gruel.
Yeah, it's.
But anyways, so I heard it in 7.4 surround sound Dolby Atmos. It was so cool. But that was Quantum Mania. You should kick it up a notch, David. Watch it on a 4K TV at home.
Oh
cool.
God, it's all too much for me. I feel I don't even bother with Marvel movies anymore. I don't know why I bothered with. You know why I did Transformers? Because like I said, I've watched it since Baz used to call them Bad Wallies, which I just thought was the best. That was like the best review for a Transformer movie by a kid that I've ever heard, which was just like, how was the movie? Bad Wallies. I was like, yeah, that's it. All right, what do we got? Oh my God, a lot of people watch Beast Wars. I guess that's interesting. Well, just so you know, when you watch it, you'll be wildly disappointed. But there was definitely some fun to be had, and I think that's probably a good sign that Fluffy the cat liked it or Fearless liked it. I mean, that's good.
Well, yeah, I really had problems with Transformer movies. They really going to the theater and watching them and having them assault my eardrums and my eyeballs all at once.
Yeah,
I might like this.
for some stuff, it was good for that. If you can watch it in 4K, although I've got to say, I don't know, Fearless, did you find this? I thought the effects were better in the Michael Bay movies. I felt that the older movies, actually, the transformations and stuff were just way cooler. These ones seemed like a little cheaper, if that makes sense. It's like they just held off a little bit with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense.
Like Bumblebee, I thought looked like crap. I did not like.
Well,
Bumblebee.
didn't they turn into organic forms instead of vehicles?
Well, sort of, yes, and they did a good job with that. My issue was more like Optimus Prime just didn't look right. He looked sort of too skinny and like he had these weird, like his face looked weird and stuff. Oh, you know what I love though? My favorite part,
What?
Fearless, is that planet eating thing. That was cool.
Ooh,
Oh.
is it Unicron or no? What's the name
Yeah,
of the plant?
wasn't it called
Omicron?
Omicron? Wasn't it called the Omicron?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? Do you remember Fearless?
No.
It was that, but it was just like
Everybody-
it's so much cooler than like a Death Star, to be honest. Like this thing, just like it looked like some kind of a weird little sphincter thing that opened up and sucked the planet. It was awesome. It was pretty awesome. I thought that was pretty cool. But they did a bunch of
David
stupid
had
shit.
flashbacks of his colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy, exactly. That's the first thing I thought. Okay, Lance, you're gonna
Cube.
love. What was that?
I solved a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, did you? Fantastic.
Nice.
There's a kid that I just met who has a YouTube channel on speed cubing. That's how good he is. Isn't that cool?
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. I wish I could remember what the name of it was. I should really promote him somehow.
Did
yeah,
you bust into his channel and go, "Hey, I was in a movie called The Cube"?
the cube. There you go. I could try that. And you know what? For promotional things, we had Rubik's cubes that had cube written on them. There's
Nice.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them in existence, and I have 2 of them, just so you know. But I discovered, I didn't know this, Fearless, but did you know there's a difference between a cube, like a Rubik's Cube, and a speed cube?
A speed cube is like when you solve Rubik's cubes faster than most people.
Right, but they actually have special, I didn't know this, that they have special cubes that allow you to do it faster, and they have little magnets in them and stuff.
I never knew that.
Check it out. They're really neat because they're like, with our Rubik's cubes, sometimes if you don't line them up right, it's hard to twist them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So these ones you can just flick, like you literally just flick your fingers and it spins. It's really, definitely look into it. It's really, really cool. I should find this guy's channel. Let me see if I can find this guy's channel. Talk amongst yourselves.
Now I'm curious about the joints and stuff.
Oh,
You
it's
said
pretty
that-
cool.
Are they?
It's the same system. Like it's the same little it looks like a little star in the center.
Yeah.
And then all the cubes sort of latch in. But they have tiny little magnets in the corners that allow it to snap into position faster. And there's a little bit more distance and kind of some kind of a rotating system that spins like it spins like a fidget spinner. It's like so fast. I'm gonna see if I can find this guy. All right. I feel like I want to watch the old Beast Wars now. That'd be just kind of funny. This is the kind of
I
stuff we
would
could
watch
do
that
on.
with you. We're old.
We could do that on Tech Bandits After Dark.
True.
All right. What am I doing? Not that. I'm going to YouTube. All right. Let me see if I can find this guy's channel because he suggested a video to me that was like solve the Rubik's Cube in 10 minutes. And he says that's what got him doing it, and that's what got him started.
David, you can't call it Tech Bandits because if it's after dark, I'd have to pop in for like half a second.
Oh,
to be like,
that's
"I'm here,"
right.
and then just leave.
So we have to call it something completely different then. Is that right? Or you just
Unless-
stop it at the beginning, I say hi, and then you leave and don't listen to anything.
No, I'm gonna listen to it if I can.
Yeah, you probably will. It's true. All right, I'm looking to see if I can find this cube thing. Oh my god, I follow a lot of people. I did not realize I followed quite so many people. I'm not gonna
I
find
feel like
them.
Vibe Pup's really seen some stuff over the last couple of years. Like he's really matured. He's
You think so?
been through things.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Don't mature, man. It's just too much of it's such a pain.
Well, no, he's still whimsical, but
Oh, I see, I
he
see.
just you can hear it in his voice. He's been through it. He knows it.
He's been there. Been there,
Yep.
seen that. What grade are you going into next? Vibe Pup? When
9.
So you start grade 9,
Migraine.
like what, in the next like couple of weeks or something, right? Isn't it? Oh God, wasn't that horrible feeling of having to go back to school? I remember that.
Oh, gross.
No, I'm excited.
Are you? Oh, good for you. What are you excited about? What are you looking forward to the most?
I just wanted. I've been in the home the entire summer, basically.
What? Aren't you supposed to
Isn't
go
it
out and
sad?
build things and, or is it why have you been stuck at home? Why have you been stuck at home?
You didn't want to catch whatever it is you're.
I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go outside unless forced.
Oh, really? I never did either, but sometimes it's just nice to, you have to have something to go to. It's not about just going out and finding things. I have to go like, oh, this is the, I don't think I'm gonna find this guy. I didn't realize I was following like 50,000 people,
Oh, on YouTube? Yeah, me too. I just went through that list
and it's
to
insane.
find somebody for you.
I'd love to see. Is there a way to like put it in order of when you looked it up? Oh, wait a second. Maybe I can look it up that way. I probably looked it up on. Okay, let me try this. If I go to here and go to my history.
That's what it was.
It's up.
I
What's
was
that?
going to recommend Harrison Heller to you.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Ooh, After Hours with Gimpy G. Nicely said,
Yeah,
Captain.
that's good. That's good. See how he just stole it? See how he just stole the show right there?
Wait, what if we called it the G spot?
Oh dear God. Oh my God.
I don't think you should name it
I
that.
think that's a terrible. That's something we'll discuss on the Late Show.
That is something that will have to be
Definitely.
discussed.
Yes, on the Late Show, not here. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, look at this. It's getting better. It's getting better. I'm getting closer. Closer. Let me look at. So I'm at the point of my life where I had to look up the CPU over temperature warning. It was because I tried to run my computer on its side, and it did not like that. I must have been blocking something or whatever, but it was not happy about that at all.
David's trying that sideways gun thing, but with his computer.
But it didn't work. Like it never worked for me in the real world. Okay, Pleo, Plex, no, we're getting close. The Pleo is the name of that little dinosaur behind me, which I just absolutely adore. I just think this is the coolest freaking dinosaur robot ever. They spent so much money on it, and it's just brilliant. But all right, let me see. Looking, keep looking. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see a concert on Sunday. I'm going to go see. Myself and the rest of the bearded white guys are going to go see the National.
The what?
The National? They're great. Well, maybe you wouldn't.
That's the name of the Washington Redskins football team now.
Oh, well, maybe they sing as well.
Maybe.
No. Now I'm looking at buying a business. See, look at that. Buying a business. Where the heck is it? Come on. I'm looking.
Somebody asked, is it Cube for Speed?
Cube for Speed.
That's what somebody asked.
It might be. It might be. I don't like if I knew, I would tell you. But I'm still looking. Storage. I'm looking at storage things right now because of course we've got Nieces of Evil. Pressure no. Framing calculator. Getting closer. I could feel it. I could feel it myself getting closer. When did I see them? Was it Monday? Could have been Monday. It could have been Monday. Unreal. Taylor Swift tickets. I didn't get them, by the way, before everyone gets excited.
Oh,
I didn't.
With you?
Aren't they like how high have they like skyrocketed from scalpers?
We had friends who spent like it was $3,000 a ticket, and they went with their family, and they
I
had
heard
to go
some
to
people
Detroit
bought
or
them
something.
for. I was gonna say, I heard some people spent $90,000 for them.
No, really?
They're like $1,000 each. I'm pretty sure.
Seriously? Oh my god!
Apparently, with scalping, some tickets got up to around like 100K.
Oh
I don't
my
know if it's
God.
true though.
Really?
It could be like a special behind the scenes, kind of semi backstage thing would be massively expensive.
I would imagine so, but holy cow! I mean, she's good, but I just don't know that. And also, I mean, where are those seats? They better be really good seats. They better be seats in her apartment. Like, I mean, she's making.
I would want a date.
She wants to make films. That's for After Dark, Lance.
Oh yeah.
That's another After Dark topic. You know, whenever there's a problem now, it's kind of like squirting the cat with a spray bottle. I'm just gonna say after dark, Lance. After dark.
After dark,
I've got a first time chat for you that I think you're gonna love, Lance, and Vipup.
Okay.
You'll like this too. This is from Ironside, or One Ron One Duh. I like Ironside. Ironside sounds better.
Cool.
It says, "OMG, first time chat." Followed quickly by, "It's David Hewlett, you got old." I did. And as it turns out, I'm dying of some kind of a weird flu right now. Welcome, Ironside. You're going to fit in here beautifully. You're already mocking me. Cal and you will get along beautifully. I said, we all get old. It's true. Yeah, that's the problem with being on television. You don't age on television, but man, do you age. It's like television becomes that, I am the portrait of Dorian Gray to my own television persona. All right.
This poor guy, he like just saw you after 20 years of passed.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, that's so depressing.
Now it looks like you went through some kind of, I don't know, industrial beef jerky accident.
Oh, that's it. Dr. N PhD. I completely ignored that. I missed it entirely.
Okay.
I need to ask why you thought beef turkey of all things.
Beef jerky?
Beef jerky?
I heard beef turkey, not beef jerky.
I'm sorry. Let me enunciate when I'm slamming David.
Yeah, if you could, please, Lance, if you're going to insult me, let's at least make it so that that Vipup can understand it, please.
I said beef jerky going for the dehydrated look.
I don't look like. I wish I looked like beef jerky. Then I could do cowboy movies. I look like silly putty. I look like
dude. You could do a cowboy movie.
What would I play in the cowboy movie? I'd play like the guy who gets killed sitting in the toilet. That's what I'd be that guy. Yeah.
I remember. I actually watched that scene with my mom. She thought it was funny.
What was that in? That was in like a couple of things. People kept getting killed.
Yellowstone.
Oh, is that in Yellowstone? Oh, I haven't seen that. Apparently, James Gurney says I can play the horse. Thank you, James R. Gurney.
This is not spoilers at all, but this isn't really spoilers at all. I'm not going to say who because I genuinely don't know who it was. But one of the main characters kills a guy while he's having a big poop.
Oh no!
Nice.
And he's nice.
Well, that was in Game of Thrones too. Didn't they kill one of the kings while he was sitting on the toilet?
Do you remember that cowboy movie back when we were kids, David, called like Young Guns?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And they had like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, I remember that.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Somebody got killed in the pooper on that one.
PG, I just want to say I love the enthusiasm as you heard that somebody got killed on the toilet and you just went, nice.
Nice. But that's the thing is people die on the toilet in Westerns all the time. Well, and also in Jurassic World. But that's those are the rules. Those are the rules I'm going to play. Oh, there you go.
I don't think bathrooms are acknowledged enough in, like, how many times did they take a poop break during Lord of the Rings? 0.
Not a lot. It's true.
I feel like that's footage missing.
I feel like I'd live without it, but sure. We didn't look on Atlantis. We didn't even have toilets, so so there.
True.
We never saw a toilet in there. To be quite honest, I actually first watched. Let's see what else Ironside's got. What other jabs Ironside's got for us here? Last time I saw David Hewlett was when I watched his movie A Dog's Breakfast. If no one's actually seen it, go watch it. It's bloody funny. Oh, Ironside, thank you very much.
That's so nice.
That was like what? How many years ago now? Must have been at least 16 years. I'm guessing 16, 17 years.
Is it that old?
Yeah, because my son wasn't born yet, and we still had Mars.
Is that the rubber duck one?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
David with a beard looks like Rodney with a beard. Yeah, it's weird that way, isn't it? Okay, what do we got? What else we got here?
I watched that commercial where you went from different sexualities.
Oh,
yeah. That was a great commercial.
Wasn't that amazing? That was
a great commercial.
That was Cube. That was the Cube director did that.
Wait, I just want to say that one comment. I'm just gonna sum it up. He said that you seem like Rodney and McKay, and I'm going to say this because Gimpy G didn't hear it. You are like Gimpy J. Not Gimpy G. You're like Rodney McKay, but without all the smarts.
Exactly. That's how I pitch myself to the world. I was like, I just say
I I was
played
helping
Geniuses
Gimpy
on
Geo.
television.
No hard feelings. I was helping Gimpy Geo.
Oh, that's good. If you can
Yeah,
help, it's
so
important
much.
it's important to help Lance out with his insults when you can. Thanks. You know what's funny is I think Vipop's going to be running this whole Gimpy G After Dark thing.
True. He'll be our producer.
Star Trek is too nice and clean for pooping, says Zashiva. I think someone should go through all of the classic science fiction. Maybe it'll be me, who goes through all of the classic science fiction and adds a scene in a toilet, like for no real, like literally, like they're
I
like,
think so,
like
too.
like Han Solo and is and Skywalkers are trying to get out of the Death Star, and then it's like quick in here, and then you just cut to a scene in the toilet, and that's it. Like just add a toilet
Chewbacca.
scene. Chewbacca, exactly. Chewbacca. Hey, no Wookiees in here. That kind of thing. There's all sorts of. There's so many things you could do with that.
Wait, HAL 2000. Dave, if you put your feet up on the stool, that will be much easier.
There you go. That's right. Yeah. Open the bathroom doors, Hal. I can't do that, David. That's that kind of thing. There's all sorts of stuff you could do.
Until you light a match, Dave.
Well, then there's also Independence Day. The president could be sitting on the toilet when he finds out that there's lots of options here.
This is fantastic.
We don't even show
Randy
people
Quaid,
showering.
when he's like flying around the
Yep.
biplane, going, I just gotta find a toilet.
I left the dragon. I left the dragon? You left the dragon? You left the dragon at home? And so we got another first time chat. I hope you know David because of Atlantis and how you played Rodney McKay. You are the entire reason I grew up loving the sci-fi.
That's so
See?
cool.
I'm the sci-fi. I'm the sci-fi
You're
guy.
the sci-fi guy.
That's it. I'm the old sci-fi guy. Because people now don't come up to me and say like, I watched I watched Stargate. They say I watched Stargate with my grandfather or my father. Is generally how it is, which I gotta say I love. But yes,
Until he died of old age.
the years were not of boredom. Where do they not have light bulbs in their budget? Dark. Recent Star Trek is also too dark. Do they not have light bulbs in their budget? But light bulbs aren't cool, right? They got to be. It's all gonna be dark and moody. That's what SGU was the same thing. They had to be all dark and moody. Stargate Atlantis was lit up like a freaking shopping mall. I loved it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, TNG was more my thing, Mark LaPointe. I'm with you on that. Although Doctor Who, really, to be honest. What about Bill Nye? What about him, Steve? You got something to say about Bill Nye? It's my buddy. I'll mess with my buddy Bill Nye. What else we got? A poop question, sir? Trip. A poop question, sir. Interesting. I don't know.
I hope everybody is following your X or whatever the hell it's called now.
My what?
I'm just gonna say Twitter. I don't even care.
Oh,
because
I'm not calling
you
you
were
that.
kind of pushing. You were kind of pushing for. You want to be the master on.
Oh my God! I know what someone just. There was some magazine did a thing saying who do you think should be the new master, and so naturally, being everything about me, I said me. That's all I said, and then people sort of ran with it. I didn't really think it through. I just thought that'd be kind of fun, but actually that would be cool, right?
No, I said I went out on a limb for you, and I said if anybody was born to be an eternal scumsucker, backstabbing sleazeball, it was David Hewlett.
Oh, you are so
you can
sweet.
thank me later.
You got my back.
Yeah.
You got my back, and I love you for it.
I got you back.
That's
bro.
it. It's so true. So true. Just so everyone knows, he's much nicer to me when we're not streaming. Just so you know that.
It's true. I was concerned when he hit his head.
I'm going to ask you this, Lance. What the hell happened? Where were you the other day? We did like an escape room meeting, and I emailed, and I didn't get it. And then you're like,
did you email? I have nothing.
I emailed at the end of the day. I emailed, I think, the day before. I emailed again the day of. And then I get an email at the end of the day saying, hey, guys, looking forward to tomorrow. What do you need? And we're like, oh, boy. We missed it.
Boy.
I realized I probably should have Discorded, but we were on Zoom, and I didn't want to, anyways. It was good. We had a good chat. Jen is amazing.
I didn't get a Zoom link or anything. So
oh,
I'm
did
just
she
saying.
not? Oh, then it's my fault. I guess I was supposed to send the Zoom link to you. I just assumed it went to everyone. You know what, Five Pup? Five Pup, it's your fault.
How is
Yep.
it my?
Mm-hmm.
You're the producer.
Yeah, you really
Everything's
come
the
on.
producer's fault.
Where are you? We're trying to do like Tech Bandits After Dark, and you're not even getting the Zoom calls.
When did that even happen?
It
He didn't.
happened as soon as it went wrong. Doctor Who, the Doctor,
Okay.
Doctor and the Bandits. That's like that would be like
David, I'm
Bandit.
pretty sure what is happening here is the second anything wrong. It's just like it's his fault. He's the producer. We made him the producer the second it went wrong.
Yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly. You're like the Zelenka of this stream. Like, just so you know.
We
from
made
now. Yeah.
you made me the producer half a second before.
Wait a sec, Eric Roberts was the master in the Doctor Who movie? What?
What?
Shut
What?
the front door. I did not know that. Really?
That is disgusting.
Eric Roberts? I don't know.
Doesn't the master have to be kind of a man, but also like effeminate, kind of in a only an English way,
no, but the
like an
master,
English guy thing?
the master was a woman in the last one, and she was freaking awesome, awesome. Yeah,
I'll take that. I
yeah.
agree. I think I misspoke there.
she was
But you have to
absolutely
be an
amazing.
a-hole,
Yeah.
right? I
You
mean,
do have to. Well, the guy that I grew up on, I can't remember the actor's name. Someone will look it up, I'm sure, and post it. But he was the best, and he was this sort of like terribly sort of uptight, and he was almost like a kind of can't do it in my cough.
Well, look at you. Look at you.
Oh my God, Lance, I'm freaking dying.
What you got the COVID, bro?
No, I did the COVID test and I don't have it, but I'll tell you, I feel just as freaking bad. It's just this wretched cough, and whenever I cough, like I feel like my head is gonna explode. David Tennant's my favorite, but the Jodie Sessions are my second fave. Really, Captain Catherine. I like David Tennant as an actor very, very much. I found those seasons of Doctor Who a bit too campy for me. Although one of my favorites, which was Blink, one of my favorite Doctor Who's of all time was Blink. I actually preferred Matt Smith. I think Matt Smith is probably my favorite of the bunch. I'm looking forward to this new guy. I'm very excited because he was brilliant in Sex Education.
Who was that dude that looked like a Scottish soccer hooligan?
Oh,
that
was
yeah.
oh my God. Oh dear God.
Like a big
Don't tell
close
me.
cut.
Don't tell me.
I'm not going to. I don't know.
Don't tell me. Nope. Nobody say anything. Because my brain is not working today. He was my John Pertwee. John Pertwee was my first Doctor. You never forget your first Doctor.
No, wait, that can't be. No, I'm talking about the guy that was on with Rose. Like when Rose first came in.
Oh, him. That's Eccleston, Christopher Eccleston.
Okay, because he definitely did not fit what I think of.
No, he did not. That was an odd choice, I thought. He's too serious. And he's too serious as an actor, I think. I don't know. It didn't seem like he was enjoying it, shall we say.
Well, he looks like he should be headbutting someone rather than using a
Yeah.
sonic
Oi,
screwdriver.
Oi. Yeah, that's a good
Oi.
point. Oi! Thunk. Yeah, that would be it. Sacha Dhawan as the Master is also great. Which Doctor was that, Layer Cake Dev? Yeah. I'm the same age as Doctor Who, and Roger Delgado was the best Master. Was he the first one? Was he the one with the black hair and the black goatee and stuff? McKay would make an insufferable companion. Would love to see it. Oh my God, Addie Garland's got a great point. How funny would it be to be one of the companions, one of the old, they had that old guy on for a while. That fantastic old British actor whose name I can't, Bernard Cribbins or whatever his name was. How funny it would be having McKay, like me, whining and complaining the whole time. You know what I mean? That'd be good.
Dude, if you get on Doctor Who, can I be a Dalek?
A Dalek? No, you could be Davros. Davros is the guy who created the Daleks, and he had half a Dalek shell, so he didn't have the.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, no, you'd be perfect because you're about as creepy. You hardly would need any makeup at all. You probably wouldn't need much makeup.
Sucks?
You just gotta stick an extra eye on your forehead. You're done.
Did you watch Quantumania, Ant-Man Quantumania that had MODOK?
No.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Okay, I think you should. Because
Really?
when they're creating MODOK and they're holding this giant head with a little body from the back and it's naked, and Trenton's like, Uncle Rance.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying not to laugh because if I do.
It was me.
Oh, man. Oh, that hurts. Boy, that really hurts.
Dang it, dude. Do we need to call it?
No. I'll go for a bit longer. I literally have this same cough this week, and it sucks. Oh, Captain Catherine, how do you get rid of it? It's driving me freaking crazy. I took a little bit of what's it called? Benadryl. But it just makes me, my brain is like mush. Well, more like mush. It's, so in other words, I'm in fine form. Captain Catherine still doesn't get rid of it. So my dad says it hangs around for 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
My dad's selling the boat. He has a boat, and he's selling it. And he was telling me, he's 80 years old, and he said, when I was a kid, I used to stand, I'm going to get verklempt now. I used to stand on the stone, whatever they are, that buttresses or the things that go out into the sea. I don't know what they're called. Used to stand on them as a kid and look out into the sea and go, "Oh, I wish I could be on a boat out there." And so when he finally retired, like at 70 years later, he bought a boat. He bought this giant boat that he absolutely loves, and he's got to get rid of it now because he says, "I can't. It's just too much. It's too the boat is too."
No. Is it one of those cool wooden boats? And
no,
you know what I mean? No.
It's a massive, massive, massive 2 steering wheel, for want of a better term, sailboats. And it's just...
Do we have a picture?
No. Because I never go on it. I literally never go on. Oh, hey, baby. How you doing? No, this is a private garage club.
Yes,
No girls allowed.
There's
well,
no...
we come to invade your private garage club to say hi.
Hello.
Bring you some tea.
Oh, see, this is... You can't beat this. Thank you very much.
Great. Look
This
at
is-
that.
This is the fabulous Jane.
Wow.
Jane,
Thank you very much. Oh.
He's clapping really badly.
We are streaming, just so you know,
Our new
live.
neighbour.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's fine.
So this is what here. Step in here.
Okay.
This is one of the reasons I'm in the garage
Where
right
am
here.
I?
Right here.
You're
Right. You're
Oh,
sort of up there. I
hi.
see it. There you go.
Oh, I can see
weird
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what I would be doing in the garage in the basement right now, but I'm doing it in the
Garage is just so much
Yeah.
better. It's
Yeah.
so much.
This is like my
Wow.
version of taking photos of myself with Instagram, just to to make it
So-
you understand it.
Instagram's better.
What was that?
So,
Instagram's better, but
Yeah, whatever. You're not welcome here. No girls allowed.
okay.
No,
Well,
no, no girls
she brought
allowed.
you tea.
Cooties.
Thank you so much. I'm actually going to call it soon because I keep coughing up a lung and it's just really unattractive for everybody.
He does.
You want to get sick? Stay in here.
No, no.
Yeah. Did you bring stuff?
Yes.
Oh, what'd you bring?
It's all downstairs. Bunch of boxes.
Yeah,
All
and?
my clothes.
Does it feel bigger now? There's nothing in it,
Actually, it does.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
And you have a
crazy.
desk that used to be my desk, and you have
I
a
stole your desk. Yeah,
and the
put it
cabinet
there.
which I stole, which people laughed at me when I took it from the garbage.
Oh, it's from the garbage.
I knocked the bugs out. I knocked the bugs
Wow.
out. Yeah,
Really selling it to us now, David.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
that's it.
I'll just
Yeah.
talk to chat while he's here.
Oh.
Isn't it cool? Like, you look at this gal and she is
Feel free to talk
the
about
next
yourself.
generation
People wanna
Hewlett.
see you back in
Yeah, it's
Look at how
true.
evolution works.
This is a next generation
So
Hewlett. It's
amazing.
so true. Let's see if I can do this. Is that better? Can you-
I mean, all
see that?
those weird English genes that David has
Yeah.
are cleared up nicely.
See, all of the English
just-
genes. This is my friend Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Yeah, Lance is just telling
Hi.
us how apparently the Hewlett genes have finally worked out the bugs and the kinks and arrived at
Yeah.
Very
Rebecca.
true.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's so true.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Nice one.
Somehow David's English, but he has a Habsburg jaw.
Excellent.
It's
I don't
true.
get it.
I know. It's a good. Yeah. All right. Sorry, you can't hear Lance
No,
talking in the
really
background.
can't.
It's not that
Probably a good
exciting.
thing.
Yeah, it probably is a good thing. We've decided that Lance and I have to do like an after dark one. So instead
True.
of doing, because right now we've got Fluffy Cat and Vipup here, and the idea is,
And I'm too salty.
and yeah, Lance is too salty to be doing the yeah. So
Fair enough.
all right, I'm gonna wrap up and I'll come and see you.
Okay.
Oh,
the empty
did you
one?
see the elliptical machine? I'm gonna
Yes.
pull that apart and bring it out here because I'll be
Why don't
doing
you bring
lots
it
of
out
exercise.
here?
Can I exercise and stream at the same
yeah,
time?
totally.
Do you think
You'll
I
be
should?
Out of breath, so I think you're
No, because I'm so fit. There would be I wouldn't have any problems at all.
It's so good to see people around.
It-
I always figured David's gonna trip and die alone. And he's not.
Lance
He's
says
got
it's
people.
nice of you to come by and be around because it's nice for me to have people around so that I don't trip and die alone.
That's so true.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, Lance, text me if you trip and fall or anything. So you guys, I'll be like
I will.
maybe
It'll be
5
super
minutes.
cool.
It's only
Alright.
like 15.
All right, don't rush. So that's Rebecca. That's one of the. So those are the twins of evil. That's Rebecca and there's Robin, and they're gonna be staying in my basement. But I like to make them feel as guilty as possible. basically.
Well, I know now. They're really like she's nice. That's cool.
They're so freaking smart too. They're like oh God, it's so hard at University of Toronto, one of the best schools in the world. Yeah, oh my God, I did so badly in that test. And then they come back and they go like, I got a 90. You're like, oh, shut up. Yeah.
You know how everybody goes, kids today, they
I
ain't
know.
like when we were kids. Like, could you imagine you in the same
Oh
situation
my God.
with your flock of seagulls haircut?
Oh my
and
God,
went
it's
on-
true. And my eye makeup. Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, and you'd have come on stream and go with your cigarette going, what, you fancy now because you're online?
Yeah, my son.
Whatever.
My son said to me the other day, we went to this bar last night to see one of Jane's a short that Jane's been working on called Swedish Sugar, which is really definitely and absolutely not designed for me or people like me. It's like definitely for kids. It's aimed more at the Rebeccas of the world than the Davids of the world. But we went anyways because it was it's Jane's show and she's been working on it for a while. And anyway, so we go. Baz and I go, and Baz's girlfriend, and we're sitting there, and I'm drinking a giant thing of fake beer, which I've got to say, I found it. There's a number of beers now that I can drink that are non-alcoholic that I can drink and enjoy just as much as a real beer now. They've got really, really good at it, and I'm so happy because now I had like 2 of them. I was like, woohoo! I feel like I felt like I was getting drunk because I was supposed to get drunk. Like in my head, I'm thinking, like, you've had 2 beers. You should be having trouble walking home. No, I had trouble walking home, even though it just turned out to be as the flu. But, whatever. Anyways, I found a couple of great beers. I'm thinking about starting a little section on Tech Bandits of just all my favorite non-alcoholic cocktails and stuff that are showing up. Just to see how boring and old I am. See, Ironside, doesn't it get more and more exciting? I'm old. I've shaved my head.
Everybody over 80 on Twitch is going to eat that.
Oh my
material
God,
up.
Zoomer baby! That's it. Zoomers after dark. Zoomers after dark. That's what we're calling it. Yes. Well,
Have
Sci-Fi
you
Gal.
spoken about YouTube?
What was that? Have I spoken to what?
About YouTube?
I'm thinking about switching to YouTube. Is that what you're talking about?
Did I tell you that Charlie is?
Yeah, Charlie
did it.
Charlie has bailed on Twitch. This is Moist Critical, one of Lance's very famous friends whose names he likes to drop a lot. Yeah. His successful YouTubing friends. And we got 96 people on right now.
Right.
No.
Awesome.
Is that right?
At one point we did at least. Now I'm seeing 77.
Oh, 77. I see 77 now. No, I'm looking in the wrong place. What? 1,300 and 3,000, 1,305, 55. No, that's the time. Yeah. That's right. I am a boomer. Am I a boomer? I think I'm too young to be a boomer, aren't I? Baz keeps calling me a boomer.
We are Gen X's. Hello, people.
All right, so we should be Gen X After Dark or Gen XXX. Booyah. Oh, God.
Hey, we should have a band, and they should be called the G-Tones.
Oh,
or something like that. That would be cool.
Sounds like something out of the 1940s. Like it just.
They could be one of those.
Mr. Sandman.
Acapella groups.
Oh my God, I hated acapella. I never. The only acapella I liked was that, looking from a window above, it's like a star. That was the only one. The leaping lizards or the flying lizards or whatever they were. That's the only one I liked. Oh, here's what I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask this of people.
Yes.
I don't know how clips work on Twitch, having never done it myself, but apparently you can clip elements of a stream, like highlight little sections. And I thought if people could do that, like if people go, oh, you know what, that was cool, I'd like to see that in a YouTube video. If they could do that, I thought, could I just go through and grab all of the clips that people have made and do like a highlights reel of every single one of these? Wouldn't that be good?
That would be fantastic.
So that was my
David's
brilliant
always
thought.
looking for a way for other people to do work for us.
Exactly. And Lance is freaking useless because he can't move. So
Totally useless.
The idea is I need yes, exactly.
David needs somebody to carry him. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, exactly. I would crush you like a bug, like the bug you are. We were talking about upgrade required the other day, and we were talking about your I thought brilliant idea of like reclaiming the word freak and becoming like a freak show, that kind of thing, which I thought was just amazing. But Jane raised a really good point. She said, well, why make something up just for the sake of the documentary. Why don't you just? And I was like, well, I don't think we are. I think Lance and I are just honestly just plotting and scheming about all sorts of different things. Like, I love the idea of that we could do a convention, do like a Comic-Con style convention, like excuse me, as I burp up my dinner. So Comic-Con style convention in Denver, which is a big international city. They got a great big international airport. It's close to Lance.
Next to me, yeah.
Yeah, close to Lance. And we just start doing that on a yearly basis, but we style it like a Comic-Con. We style it like a Comic-Con, like a kick-ass 18-plus Comic-Con. And I think that's where we should launch Escape Room, the Escape Room Learning, right?
And so everybody knows, I really wanted to have a vibe of like old school Carney folk, when you were disabled and that meant you got a job, the weirder you looked or the more different from norm.
Or an actor.
That kind.
Yeah. Yeah, actors are the same thing. The weirder we look, the more we work generally. So the older and more miserable I become, the more I'll work.
That's
yes.
just not true, David.
You'd
be the busiest man alive.
I just think that would be great. I miss that too. You know what the problem is? You swallow your jokes. You start laughing at your joke before you finish it, and then we don't understand what you're saying.
That was so easy. You like lobbing it up, and I see it coming down. I'm like, okay, I got to get this. I got to get this.
I got to hit it while it's in range. Mokesfart raises a really good point that Cube is the best escape room. It's funnily enough, when I started doing research into escape rooms, one of the first things that popped up in a lot of the articles was Cube, the movie, as an inspiration for creating some of the earlier escape rooms. So that's how old I am. It's true. Cube is an escape room. It's literally an escape room. You know, Baz did an escape room the other day. He did a horror escape room. This is my favorite story. He goes, and they got in there. It's a horror escape room, and he goes down, and all the lights are off and everything, and they're walking him through the process. Like, here's this, and this, and then he goes, so like when it starts they turn the lights go on when the game starts or when the timer starts, and they're like, it's a horror game. It's all in the dark. Baz is like, okay. So they have to, apparently it's really cool. They had flashlights and they had to like look around for things. And instinctively, they all broke up into different groups. Like, so Baz held back and sort of like said, hey, what's that over there? Tell me what those numbers. So Baz took a sort of a controller, like sort of a controlling position.
The general, yeah.
Yeah, the much better term. I'm so sorry. Ow. So he took that position. Then one of his other friends was like unafraid of anything. So he was the one who would go and open the doors and stuff, go where no other member would want to go. And then there was Glenn, who just really enjoyed looking under things and around things. So I just thought it was kind of fun that instinctively they sort of cordoned themselves off into groups. Oh, look at that. Anti-Static is already sending in clips. Someone's gonna just clip all of me.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I do. Thank you very much. I do. That's right. I forgot to say that.
Everybody clip the best parts. Try to make sure David's in some of them. Thanks.
Ideally, yes. Yeah, ideally it'd be great. I wonder if David could actually sit through Scanners too. I don't know that I could sit through it again. It was hard enough to make. My God, that was a nightmare to make. But I'll tell you, actually the things I remember from that movie were hanging out with the makeup effects people who were freaking brilliant. Like, they were like they made, like, this is long before 3D printing and stuff. They were making perfect molds of people's faces and then reanimating them and stuff. It was awesome.
No, I'm in the middle of talking to the visits.
Oh, we've got, there you go. They're talking about doing a Scanners TV series. I was like, I got to get in on that. Come on. I can be the old guy. You can look. You don't want to blow this head up. You just one look at this head, you want to blow it up.
Dude, I mean, yeah, they got like some new kid becomes a scanner, and then they find you like in a cabin out in the middle of the woods. You're like, kid,
yeah,
I got things to tell you.
Yeah,
I've seen things.
I was pretty once too, you know. They used to carve me old blue eyes with my shaggy hair.
That's it. Oh my God, it'd be great.
You don't know.
They called me luscious lips back then.
First they took my family. Now they took my hair. I was a scanner once too, you know.
Anyways, I am babbling on, and I must admit, I'm beginning to feel a little hot and lightheaded. It must be just having the wonderful company of Gimpy G.
Is it super hot there in your
No,
garage?
it's actually cold, and then the garage is hot. Yeah, I don't know, and then I don't know. I think it's just I think I'm getting a little. I say it. I've got the vapors, a little bit of the fever. I think.
Ooh.
David's character found his sister in a cabin in the woods. That's right, sci-fi guy. Holy crap! And who was that actress? Can you riddle me that, Batman? You go get an X-ray of your chest. What? Good luck. We live in Canada. Canada is a wonderfully socialized medicine, which means that you only get help if you're dying and you go into emergency. Basically, no, that's not true.
That's here.
They're a little better than that. No, but the problem with there is that you show up dying in emergency and they go, how much do you have enough money to cover this? That's what they don't do here, which is good. But it does mean there's an awful lot of lineups and stuff. Sorry, I shouldn't be telling you what your system.
I can't remember if I told everybody like last August, now a year ago, I go there for the emergency kidney stone stuff.
Oh,
and
do you get a lot of kidney stones? Is that because you don't move enough, or what's the?
I think so. I really think so. That's the first real bout I've had. But there was like a 16 millimeter one, and there was a criminal on the same floor.
Oh, really?
And I had to go home instead of getting treated because.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. You had issues with that. That's right. Didn't they like?
Yeah.
Was he out and about, or was he they just didn't want anyone else in there?
But boy, you knew he was there. And then
because there were police and stuff,
like attack dogs there.
Really?
Police, and then there was and then another thing, they just didn't know what to do with me. They didn't want to they didn't know how to approach it.
I got news for you, Lance, that no one knows what to do with you.
No one knows.
I don't know what to do with you. I just
okay. I was the guy.
You were the criminal.
The dogs were there.
You were the criminal. The dogs were there to. That's how they found. That's how they found the stones. The dogs. They used the dogs. All right, I gotta get out of here. It went to 94 people. What? 94 people? Jesus, I gotta get sick.
Wow.
This is literally the worst I could possibly do with streaming. Anyways, all right, Lance and I have got to discuss this Tech Bandits After Dark thing, because I think there's something to this. I mean, if some people are asking for it, I think that would be fun to do. I am gonna go drink some tea. Absolutely.
And lemon. And honey.
Oh, I know I should do
like a hot toddy, but I guess without the zazz.
I know I used to put the toddy in as well. I used to be my excuse. I'd be like, you know what? I don't drink, but I do drink hot toddies. Maybe that could be my excuse today.
Yeah.
Do it. Everyone, Tech Night Terrors. Oh, Night Terrors. That's not bad. Night Terrors.
That could be a segment.
Yeah.
Like your spooky movies and
well,
stuff.
Yeah, there's a number of things I'm working on right now in a bid to earn a living, because not all of us can work for Google, Lance.
Including panhandling, but that's okay.
Including what?
Panhandling. Listen, man, any job that pays is worthwhile.
Panhandling? No, absolutely. In fact, I could be like, well, this is the fund that Joe Flanagan and I wanted to start. We used to laugh about our naive, silly ways as the children we were on Stargate. We wanted to start a fund for previously famous actors, so that they could continue to fly first class, and they could continue to have have lunches and things provided for them, because they don't know how to work in the real world once they're no longer rich and famous. And we laughed about it. Oh God. Anyways. Thank you, everyone. That is the last time I'm gonna bombard your little ears with that. And I am going to go and talk to my roomies and have another mug of tea and take it freaking easy. But I will, like I say, I'm supposed to go away next week. But if we all start dying,
they're coming to take you away,
the men in the white coats.
To a funny farm.
Exactly. Where's that quacking noise coming from? Someone's found the. Oh, great. Yep. Vipup's found found out the effects.
I thought it was.
Oh, nice! Look at that. How about that? Could you do a cough? All right, I'm wrapping up. There you go. Oh my God, he's got it down. All right, I think you might need Joe as a special guest. Yeah, apparently Joe's got a. All right, apparently Joe's got a what's it called? A podcast now. I got to get on. Beg my friends to get on their
Figured
podcast.
out how to quack.
Oh, we noticed. We definitely noticed. All right, get out of here. Be safe. Be kind. Be brilliant. Until we geek again, I will say thank you so much to Vibe Pup for
Bye,
being a
everybody.
pain in the ass, for Lance for being also a pain in the ass, for Cal for being here, for Dr. James R. Gurney, Dr. Professor. Thank you so much. What is that? What the hell am I squeaking on? And yes, and I'm going and leaving now to go and.
Wait, you left out the huzzah.
I'm gonna curl up in a little
Huzzah.
ball under the porch now and die like a cat.
Keep
All right.
relax the strength. Huzzah.
Be safe, be kind, be
Huzzah.
brilliant. Until we geek again, I will say cheerio and huzzah! And then I will try not to cough as I leave. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm going away now.